I would really want everyone's attention, trying to make it interesting for us because it's going to be very, very interesting. Trust me when I say so. So yeah, I would like to share my screen. I'd like to share my screen so we can get straight into the discussion. Okay, yes, this should be my screen. I'm supposed to share it with my sound. So this should be my screen. And this should be my presentation. So yes, please confirm that you can see my screen and you can hear me.
Yes, I can see you and hear you, sorry.
You can see the screen and you can hear me?
Yes, Green Switch Academy and one Snell like
All
that.
right, all right, all right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank
So
you.
we have just 28 people on this call, excluding myself, maybe 27, now it's 26. So please, what you're going to do for me is go to your GSAG and call your members to join the call because I want them to be part of this. So I would give us 1 minute to do that. We need the participation. I mean, we need people on this call to be more than 40, 50 because we are more than that on the group. So please call them to join, call them to join, call them to join. All right, I'm going to give us 1 minute to do that while we get ready to get into the discussion. And if you have your mic unmuted, please kindly mute. You can only unmute if you want to talk. So, who is writing on my screen? Who is doing this? Please don't write on my screen. Please don't write on my screen. All right. I'm looking for the best way to take this off the screen, but I don't know, the person just messed up the screen. It's okay. So we'll talk about concept of upcycling, which is another word we can say sustain. Can you guys hear me? Like I just need a thumb up or something.
It's just now that we're hearing you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You can just hear me now.
No, we can hear you now.
Oh, okay. So we're talking about upcycling, another word, sustainable creativity. Talking about talking about how we can get creative with the word upcycling, how we can get creative. Okay. So let's move to the discussion. Now, I would like to share some pictures with us and also a video. So I want us to just grab a cup of water or wine or Coke. I don't like Coke, but anyone you want, and just watch this video or this picture with me. So yeah, let me stop sharing so I can move. I can share that one with, can share it with us. Yeah. Okay, please hold on while I try to get it ready. So to set the mood, so, okay, yes, great. I think this is it. So Yeah, great, 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 great. So I'm gonna share my screen here and move to this exactly. Okay. Um, sorry. Okay. So you can see this seat made from calcula can. You can see this one made from drum. And also we can see this from tire. Who is messing up my screen? Okay, we can see this from tire. Then we can see this made from plastic from PET. We can see this made from drum. This is like a wash and basin from drum. And also we see this from tires. Then
Sir, me,
this
I can't see anything, no.
you
Yes, the
can't see.
writings, the writings, whoever did this, we can't really see.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to see how I can get that. You guys should please don't do this. Please don't. Okay, great, great. Um, can you still see my screen? Talk to me, guys. Can you see my screen? I need your response. I don't know if you can see my screen, so I want to be sure you can see my screen. So I'm going to continue.
Yes,
We can't see your
yes, it's
screen.
clearer now.
Oh, okay. So we were on this. Then these are like some items, upcycled items, trays. This is a drum made as wash and basin.
Excuse me, I can't see your screen. Oh, I
Oh
think
my,
it's being covered or something.
I removed that already. Is it better now?
No, still the same.
Wow.
It's blurred. There is a drop down that covers the writing.
Okay. Let me just get to the video and let's see if the video is going to be better. We are on a video now, and I believe it should be better. It's nice.
I'm not here for you to blow your one and only chance. I'm not here to waste my time on yet another bad romance. Now I got hopes for us tonight, for this here thing to turn out right. So from the start, let's get this one thing clear.
All right, I just shared a video now. Okay, did you guys see the video? Or it was just song you were hearing?
It was
Yes,
just
sir,
song we
it
were
was a
hearing,
song.
no video.
Oh my God. Wow. I was actually showing like a very beautiful video of an upcycled. I'm going to share it on the group. I'll share it on the group. Oh my God. Like, I don't know what's going on with this. It should supposed to be interesting, but anyways, let's just do it what we have here. I was sharing pictures and the video of some upcycled items, and they were actually very nice. I would say try and like share it on the group now so that we would not miss out from the interesting um discussion we're supposed to have. Let me do that now. Let me share it on the group now. Let me share it on the group now. Just hold on. This is weapon that wants to be fashioned against this conversation, but don't worry, don't worry. It's going to go well. It's going to go well. So yes, so moving back to our discussion, which is the upcycling, where I mentioned that upcycling is another word, sustainable creativity. And this moves us to, we're supposed to have like a memory lane. So this moves us to memory lane. When you see this picture, what comes to your mind? What comes to your mind? What comes to your mind? You see this cookie can, you see this fan eyes, and you see this blue band. What comes to your mind as an African, as somebody from Nigeria that has a Nigerian mother or an African mother? What comes to mind? I would like to read in the chat, or somebody just unmute and tell me. Do you think you're going to see an ice cream in this container, or you see mayonnaise in this blue band, or you're going to see cookies in this cookie container? So what do you guys think? What do you guys think?
So for the cookie container, whenever I see it, it's just used to store jewelries, needle, thread, and stuff. For the ice cream container, we use it to store soup. Put soup inside the fridge and seal.
Exactly. Exactly. So this is simply how our mothers have actually been upcycling. Upcycling is not a new word. It is not a new word. It has been there for a very, it's not a new concept actually. So this one, everybody, I feel like everybody came from the same family or something. That this cookie is for tailoring materials. You see needle, you see thread, you see zip, you see different things in it. And this particular fine ice vanilla flavor particularly is, you mostly see a goosey inside. And this blue band is for grounded pepper and grounded ogbono and crayfish. So basically, these are like concepts at which upcycling is trying to use an item that is supposed to be a waste for another purpose. So this leads us to my conversation on what actually is upcycling. From this definition, upcycling is the creative process of converting old items, sometimes no longer in use, into new and meaningful products, giving it new life and a new value than what it is or what it's supposed to be like before. That is talking about how a cloth that's supposed to dispose is now used as tote bag. How that plastic bottle, I wish you guys saw the video. Let me quickly send the video to the group so that you can have an interesting understanding of what I'm saying. Let me do that just right away. So in my discussion, as I was saying, it is simply a sustainable act of producing new items from old ones, mostly waste, without degrading the quality and composition of that material. I've sent the video on the group. You can just quickly look at it, and while we continue. So upcycling is basically just trying to convert that so-called waste into meaningful products. After eating that your cookies from that can, you mostly throw the can away, but you're using it to store items. So that is using it for a different thing entirely. Then this explanation, it's somewhat like recycling, but what's the difference with recycling and upcycling. We have a very, very interesting difference. It's actually very, very different. It's very, very different. So we'll move to what is the difference between upcycling and recycling. And I'm sure we mentioned, we know from our discussion so far in the academy, the R's of waste management, which recycling is part of it. So we'll move to the difference between upcycling and recycling. Upcycling actually involves the transformation of an old item into new materials without degrading the value or composition of such material. While recycling is talking about breaking down the materials, probably even devaluing it and producing a new material. So for recycling, some of the things they do with recycling is collecting these plastic bottles, then breaking them down into smaller pieces called I think it's called flakes, and using them to make maybe another plastic bottle. And you see some of these bottles from like I think Schweppes or the Rose, they'll say made from recycled bottle. So it's using that particular plastic bottle to make another one. It is still the same material, but it is not different from the material that the initial product is made from. So, but for upcycling, you would see when they are using old clothes to make tote bag. You see when they're using plastic bottle to make bracelets. You see when they're using plastic bottle to make pavement bricks. Entirely different item. So upcycling is way, way different from recycling. Recycling breaks down that material to make new material, mostly almost the same product. While upcycling talks about transforming this old material into new material without degrading the value or composition of that material. Then upcycling takes material like plastics, paper, metal, and glass, breaking them down to their base material to remake into new products. And oftentimes they are less quality, because it's said that the more you recycle, the lesser the quality of that material becomes. So you cannot compare the quality of a plastic bottle from it used from a virgin material to a recycled material. The quality is different. But for upcycling, the quality is never less. It sometimes even make it more beautiful and even more of high quality. Then we'll move to understanding what recycling is, or what upcycling is. Talking about bringing what upcycling is and what recycling is with different examples. For upcycling, this is where you're using like newspaper to make egg crates, building insulators, or making new newspaper from it. So this is making emphasis on using this item, breaking it down to still make the same item. That is what recycling is. And I mentioned earlier that recycling most times happen more than once, but depends on the material, and sometimes it loses its composition. And metals, we have metal cans that have been used into bicycle parts or car parts. That is recycling. And it says that recycling says that the higher amount of time you go through this recycling process, the lower the quality. I mentioned that earlier. So that is the concept of recycling. But for upcycling, it is way, way different. It's way, way different. It's talking about how you can repurpose this item into creative and interesting material. An instance is one of the pictures I showed earlier, when you use a drum, this metal drum, to make wash hand basin. And it is very, very beautiful, using tires to make furniture in the house. That is upcycling. I think some of these items made from upcycling are even more beautiful than the original material. So that makes it more interesting. That is why I mentioned that it is sustainable creativity, which is very, very different from recycling. Then in upcycling, we talk about taking something old and no longer wanted into something new and more valuable. I would like to have some examples of upcycled items that you guys think you probably have seen before. I'm sure like on the group today you had an assignment to talk about upcycled art or something. So go into the chat and just drop in some upcycled items you've come across, some of them you've created yourself, and some that you probably must have seen online. Let me hear from you before I like proceed with the discussion. I'd like to read the charts and see, because I want it to be very, very interactive. Table mats made from straw and paper. Interesting. Someone else. What are those? Oh, I'm seeing this is what shoe is this? I think it's like Ankara to wrap up the shoe. Oh, interesting. Shoe from clothes. Okay. Bag made from pure water sachet. Yes, we have somebody doing that. That's Planet 3R, the Adejoke Lasisi. Yes. Cycled. Okay. Power bank made from sports laptop battery. Wow, that's interesting. Wow, interesting. I like that. Power bank made from sport bar. Wow, interesting. Is using can to make pots upcycling. Yes, of course. Using can to make pots is upcycling. It's trying to transform it from what it is to a new material. That's also upcycling. Saw a rose made out of cut out plastic spoon. Interesting. Bag made from bottle cover. Interesting. Using metals to make sculptures. A very interesting way to upcycle metals. Giant sculpture made from old rag. Interesting. All right. Beach shoes. Yes, you guys have actually like shared interesting examples of upcycling. That means we are on the same page. We are literally on the same page, and I love your examples. So we'll move on to conversation. So I believe we understand the difference between recycling and upcycling. It's basically turning waste into something useful. Using glass bottle or jar into like lantern or verse or Christmas decoration. So these are like there are a lot of examples that we cannot exhaust. A lot of it. This is basically just trying to transform that so-called waste into something useful. And it's interesting that we have an upcycler with us today, and she's going to show us some interesting work, what she has done, and how we can key into upcycling. So we'll move to what is the ecological value of upcycling? Why do we as environmentalists, as change makers, I believe that everybody on this academy is somewhat an environmentalist, an environmental advocate, and a change maker. Why do we have to care? And these are like the ecological values of upcycling. Environmental conservation. This is humans, we generate a lot of waste, tons of waste. And this waste is basically because of us wanting to consume things, wanting to like we have overconsumption of items, of resources. Some of us in a day, we drink more than 5, 6 bottle water. And what happens to the bottle when you're done? You dispose it. If you actually like take record of the waste generate in a day, you'd see that it is a lot. And imagine just you generating like 5 or 6 in a day, and if a family of like 6 people, that is like 30 bottles in a day. Now, 30 bottles in a day for 1 week times 7. Our mathematician is in the room. 30 times 7. Just one family alone is having over 210 plastic bottles generated just in a week. And imagine just one family of 6, and we have over 7 billion people in the world, almost 8 billion. Imagine they consuming that same amount every day. So 30 times 8 billion is a lot of waste. So trying to make sure that these so-called items are not waste, repurposing it. Instead of having to drink table water, we can use our bottle, our reusable bottle, and refill from the refill system, maybe the dispenser or something, and that reduce the waste that goes into the environment. So this talks about how we should make proper use of this waste. I mentioned here that imagine a ton of waste human alone generates on a daily basis. Our planet scarcely has sufficient space for all of this. And this is the reason why we have to behave in an extraordinary way to upcycled material and give it the fresh chance of life. Upcycling provides us with great solution to be able to reduce all types of pollution and avoid soil degradation. All of the waste, everything still comes down to our water body, to our soil, and actually degrade the environment. So first is environmental or environment conservation, one of the ecological value of upcycling. Then we'll move to natural resources management. Upcycling helps us to reduce the burden on using new raw materials or virgin materials. Instead of us having to go, because I believe we know that plastics is made from petroleum foam, made from byproduct of petroleum. And instead of us having to buy this material every time, having to produce new plastics, we are using this waste to make other things. Instead of us having to cut down trees to make new furnitures, to make new things, we are using the existing one to repurpose into new items. That is reducing the demand on natural resources. And I have this fact or this stat here that do you know that, or do you realize that it takes 2,700 liters of water to create the cotton expected to make a t-shirt? So a t-shirt I'm wearing right now, it takes about 2,700 liters of water to get it done. So imagine, and some of us have, like, in our wardrobe, if I'm not exaggerating, we have more than 50, 70 t-shirts. So 50 times 2,700 liters of water. Can imagine the amount of water that goes into the production of this t-shirt. But when we have these old t-shirts, we can repurpose it into something new. There's tie and dye that we can use to make it into something new. And do we really have to buy the new Gucci, the new Louis Vuitton, the new Dolce & Gabbana, the new Nike, and the old ones? What happened to the old ones? And some of us, there's this stuff called that Yoruba used to say, Ariale Koyawo. That is like when you see the new wife, you ignore the old wife. That is what we do to our clothes, our shoes. When we buy new ones, we just abandon the old ones, like, no, I don't want to use you anymore. I want to focus on the new ones. So we keep buying, over consumption, fast fashion. We want to just buy the trending clothes, the trending shoe, and when the ones we have before, it is not even bad, not even close to bad, not even anything near bad. So let us rethink how we consume the so-called needs, because some of them are not needs, some of them are just because we overconsume. So we need to reduce the demand on this material so that we can have to use the old ones into new things. And upcycling eliminates the need for use of fresh raw materials to manufacture new products. Yes. So that is one of the ecological value of upcycling. Then we'll move to it saves energy. It actually saves energy. So I want us to ask ourselves, which saves more energy better? Producing a new shopping bag or converting old jean to shopping bag, that is tote bag. So which of them saves more energy when it comes to production? Do we spend more energy on producing new shopping bag, or we spend more energy on converting old jean to shopping bag? Of course, we spend more energy producing new shopping bag. I will spend less energy on the old jean to shopping bag. Thank God that some of our shopping malls in Nigeria, particularly in Lagos, have now started putting some ban on having to buy new bags, new shopping bag, placing levy on it. You have to pay an amount to get shopping bag. Or some of us now use tote bag very well. Yes, it's actually placed demand. It reduces the energy. I mean, when you talk about the water use, the light, the electricity use, those things are like how energy are being actually saved. Then we'll move to the social and economic benefits of upcycling. I want to be sure that we are still with me. Please, can somebody just unmute and tell me, oh, I'm still with you. I want us to be together, please.
I'm
Yes,
still
sir.
with you.
Yes,
Thank you
we
very
are
much.
we are with you. We are with
Still
you. We
with
are
you.
together. We are together.
All right, all right, all right.
I'm with
Social
you.
and economic benefits of upcycling. It unlocks the creative spirit in us. We want to just be creative. We want to create something. We want to just make sure that we are using our old clothes to make new things. We are using our plastic bottle to convert to new. Somebody mentioned how somebody is doing amazing in using pure water sachet into make school bags. Yes, that is Planet 3R in Ibadan. She uses pure water sachet to make school bags, bags for laptop, different things you can even think of, even clothes too as well. We have amazing people using this plastic bottle to make earrings, bracelets, to make bags. Some using tires to make furnitures, beautiful furnitures actually, and some of them using this waste, so-called waste, to make furnitures, to make tables, chairs, different things entirely. So it sparks that creative spirit in us. And I mentioned here that behind every upcycled items, there's a producer who is empathetically confident in a degree of craftsmanship or creativity. You're just sure, you just want to just bring out that creativity in you, that I need to create this thing. Like, I want to make it very nice. There's this lady on Instagram, I've forgotten her name, I think something Faith. She does very, very creative stuff. Those are funny, but they are creative. And that's an interesting example of upcycling. And it's very, very interesting. Then upcycled items praise individuals who loves making things with their hands and empower incentivity, incentiveness that benefits both the earth and society. As long as you're using your hand to create beautiful things, you can sell those things, and there's no room for asking somebody to borrow you urgent 2K, or to paste you, make I paste Aza, make I paste Aza. You don't have to go around doing that when you be creative and get money out of it. So upcycling comments being innovative. It actually comments like when you're innovative, you can put that into upcycling, and it has monetary advantage. It does have monetary advantage. All of these, I've seen people that use just the so-called ways to get a lot of money. Go and ask Planet 3R. She will tell you. Go and ask um Madam Jumoke Olowokere Olowo Waste in the founder of Waste Museum. Of course, they are getting money from what we consider as waste. And also another benefit is that it reduces manufacturing costs. Yes, these industries to have to go get new materials, they just get old materials and assemble it together, and reduces like the demand on having to buy new materials and have to spend so much money on those things. So that actually reduce the demand on new items. Particularly, my own biggest flex or interesting take for upcycling of the benefit is you can never get broke when you upcycle. You can never get broke. You don't have to buy new stuff. You can usually just bring your old stuff, put them together, and you're doing it. You're doing it. So, a personal benefit of upcycling is personal benefit of upcycling. Before I go into personal benefit of upcycling, I would want us to just hear from the upcycler in our midst. Her name is Victoria Benson. She's doing amazing, and she's going to show us possibilities of upcycling. So, Victoria Benson, before we move on to the final discussion on this upcycling, I want us to just show us the possibilities of upcycling. So, Victoria Benson, are you with us? Are you with us?
Hello, Solomon. Yes, I'm with
All
you.
right.
Good evening.
Let me share my screen so can help you. All right. Yes. Okay. Victoria Benson, please, the floor is yours.
Okay. Hello everyone. I am Victoria Benson. I'm an upcycler. I'm a climate advocate through crafts, and upcycling is one of the things I do. So today I'm here to speak to you about the possibilities of upcycling briefly. So can we get the next slide? Okay, what is upcycling? As Solomon said, upcycling is the reuse or the conversion made a mistake there, of a material into something useful without completely breaking it down. As the word implies, you are making something of higher value than it was before you upcycled it. There's also something called downcycling, which is what Solomon emphasized on. When you recycle something to something of lower value. Today we are talking about upcycling, and that's why they call it up. They are taking the value up, not down. So can I get the next slide? So what is the aim of upcycling? The aim of upcycling, nothing is truly waste. You just haven't tapped into it as a resource to make something beautiful. What I'm trying to say here is that what upcycling is trying to do, or what it's about, is for you to be able to look around your environment and look at what's around you. What do you see that you're no more using? What is that thing you've termed as waste? And for you to tap into your creative side and make sure that this thing is not just going into landfill, you are giving it a longer life. So as I said, they are tapping into it as a resource. You don't just want to look at it as waste. You see it as, okay, I can make money from this. I can use it to make something beautiful. So I want to inspire you today. That's why I put this inspiration. Here are some designs that are personally upcycled from materials termed as waste. So this is to inspire you to do the same. Sorry. Anyone can do it. So for the first design, we have this beaded top and denim cap. This beaded top was completely made from plastic bottles. Yes, some people might see them like, how can you make a beaded top from plastic bottles? But yeah, I made it from plastic bottles, and the cap was made from waste jean material that was disposed. But as you can see, the beaded top was actually also accessorized with other kind of beads to make it beautiful and not just to look too plain, because we use just your PET bottles. You can actually upcycle something and make the upcycling material like a particular percent, let me say 70%, 80%, 60, 50% too. So this made use of both plastic bottles and beads that were no more in use, that were to be thrown away. So can I get the next slide? Thank you so much. The next design, please. So as you can see, this is a 4-piece denim outfit. So trying to make things look classy at the same time as we're upcycling, we're trying to also make it look classy. This was made from a lot of jeans. As you can see, I put the number. I don't know why it's not showing. I think about 15 pairs of jeans. Okay, 18. Yeah, I made it from 18 pairs of jeans. Yeah. So we made a corset top. I hand sew everything in this dress. So to make it look beautiful, because even if you are trying to make an upcycled piece, you're also trying to make it look beautiful. You're trying to make it look aesthetic. You're trying to make it something that people can wear. You're not just trying to make it or people can use. You're not just trying to make it look tacky at the end of the day because you are upcycling. You also try to make it look pretty. So as you can see, I made a bucket hat, a corset top with some textures, then a crochet skirt with fringes and a handbag. So let's go to the next design. The next design, please. Okay, so this is a black top embellished with PET bottles. So as you can see, we made use of about 16 PET bottles for this dress. We cut the PET bottles into flowers, then spray painted them gold and attached them with hot glue and sewing to the dress. As you can see, it's also to show that instead of, you can't just, if you don't want to use the PET bottle like as a whole material, you can actually also use it to embellish your dress. You can actually use it as a design, as an attachment, and it's going to be something beautiful. The next design, please. The next design. Okay, so this is something that is really in vogue right now for we the crochet crafters. Okay, please can you go back a bit? The design before this. Hello, Solomon. Okay, yes. So this is something that is really trendy for the crochet crafters. So this was made from 2 t-shirts. This bag that you can see me handling over there. Yes, I made them from 2 polo t-shirts. These t-shirts, if you have volunteering t-shirts, you can actually, with just a little bit of skill, you can turn it into something as pretty as this. As you can see, I also try to make it look chic, look pretty, look, bougie, not just to look like, okay, I made an upcycle penis looking tacky. I also try to make it look pretty, try to make it look beautiful. I mean, I have this female eye, so anything I'm making, I try to make it like beautiful to the female gaze and all that. So that's what I made. This is a bag made from 2 t-shirts. So can we go to the next design? Next, please. Solomon, please, the next slide.
It's on the next slide. Can you see it?
Sorry, my network went off.
Can you see it now?
Yes, I can see it now. So this is a necklace. This is my favorite necklace actually that I always wear anywhere. Most of the time when I'm going out, I wear it. So this was made from PET bottles. As you can see, even on the other picture, you can see that they are PET bottles. I used to make these bracelets, necklaces, and one pair of necklace goes for about 5,000. So as you can see, I've turned a PET bottle, and yes, I made it a PET bottle and also textiles. Yes, I insert textiles into. Can you hear me, please? Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear
Okay.
you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So I made them I added accessory beads, PET bottles, and textiles, and I sell them. It's not, at the end of the day, you're trying to make something that you can sell through your creativity. You're trying to tap into that creativity and make profit from it. That's what upcycling is. You're turning it from something of the value it was, and you're giving it a greater value. And sometimes you can even triple the value, like as much as possible. It just depends on the kind of creativity you're willing to put into the upcycling process. The next slide, please. Hello? Okay, so the summary of my short presentation today is upcycling is increasing the value of a material without completely breaking it down. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Victoria,
Okay.
for showing us that
Okay.
possibility,
Thank you for having me.
yeah,
Thank you
of
for having me.
upcycling. I really do enjoy it. I enjoy your work, and thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm sure we um now see the possibility of upcycling. It is not just I intentionally invited her so um she can show us the possibilities. She's not just preaching it, she's doing it and she's making money out of it. So thank you so much, Victoria, for that. I really appreciate. So I'm sure we're inspired and we understand more on upcycling, and we can begin to channel our creativity, our sustainable creativity into repurposing what is called waste into something creative. Let's quickly wrap up so we can go back to our class. I'm just going to share my screen and leave us with the last word of inspiration. I'm sure we've been inspired. So yes, she mentioned a lot of benefits, and I would want to encourage everyone to personally try cycling, to do a little to create a sustainable planet, and we can do it with being creative. So doing a bit for mother nature, it's through upcycling, and also we don't necessarily have to buy new things when we can fix a lot of stuff, and it can be very, very beautiful. It can be very nice. Just look at what she showed us from plastic, very nice bracelet, nice um, necklace, and it's super nice. So if your clothes is torn, you can easily just take a thread to just patch it up. Something is bad, take hammer to fix it. Like, you don't necessarily have to just throw. So the old essence of this thing is that the possibilities of upcycling are actually endless, and we have to think before we throw. Think before we throw. So the word, even if we don't get to learn something different today, but just pick this word of think before you throw. So I would leave us with this, that we need to short the word by being creative. We need to create something. We need to become an upcycler. And we like recycling, but we love upcycling. So I will encourage us to be a creative, a sustainable creative person. So please, guys, think before you throw and create something beautiful for the planet. Thank you so much. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your lecture. Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you very much, Mr. Epunda Solomon. The last word, think before you throw. That's an amazing lecture. Thank you very much. So quickly, I would love to um entertain question, but because of our time, because we still have an open debate for the next 10 to 15 minutes on our WhatsApp group. So if you have questions, I will really entertain three because of our time, and the rest can always drop their own on the group so that he can answer. So perhaps if you have anybody that has question, you can just signify by raise of hand first so I can know if we have anybody with any question. It next 2 3 seconds. Okay, one. I'm taking first today. I have one hand already. 3 2 1. Okay, I think that's all. Then please unmute your mic, ask your question. Then go ahead, please.
Okay, thank
Elvis,
you.
yes. Go
Thank
ahead, go
you.
ahead.
Thank you. I wish Victoria is still on call. I would like to know, upcycling, like the lecture they've given, is very beautiful. But there is how do I put it? There is another training you get, or you just need to develop the skill, because the things she showed, you will discover that there are some extra skills needed for that. So is there a possibility where you can learn those other skills to perfect the creativity you have to complete your work? That's the question.
Do I answer the question now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I think.
All right, all right. Thank you very much. Yes. Of course, if it starts with having an interest in something, so what you have an interest in, you try it out and you want to get perfect in it, so you get to learn. So Victoria and I work on different projects where we get to train people to be able to actually like upcycle. So, but it starts with little things that you can do. There are videos online that you can get to watch and practice it, and you get to do it. But talking about perfecting that skill, you'd have to learn, because when you talk about perfection of a particular skill, no matter the skill that you want to that you have in this world, when you want to talk about perfecting it, you definitely need to do extra spend extra time to learn to know how to do it properly. So yes, there are places where you can get to learn, both online, both physical programs, so that would help you to perfect your skill on how to upcycle better.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. Because of our time, I would not entertain any other question again. However, if you have one or two to ask, you can always reach out to him. He's part of the admin on the group, Akunda of Solomon, and I'm very sure we're very much available to answer any of your questions. So, before we move back to the WhatsApp, remember in the morning I told you that we have an open debate that would enlighten us much more even about upcycling and recycling tonight. And we're done in the next 10 to 15 minutes. Then we'll call it a day for tonight. But before we go, I would love to remind us that on Friday is our debate, our presentation by each group. And I want to believe by now that even if you are not fully ready, you should be at least 50% ready for the presentation. Because if not, that means there's a much work, there are much work for you, and it's going to be a lot of prayer. So please, in case you have not even done anything or you have not catched up, please try as much as possible to do that within today and on Friday, so that your group will not be disqualified. A good news, yes, I call it a good news. If any group is unable to come up with any presentation on Friday, the implication is that every member in that group will be dismissed from the academy. It's actually a good news anyway. So please, aside being getting a dismissal, please try as much as possible to work as a team and give us a nice presentation on Friday. We look forward to that. So right about now, I want everybody to go back to the WhatsApp group so that I can have our open debate in the next 10 to 15 minutes, and we'll call it a night. I'll be waiting for you at the other end. Thank you very much.